In this video, we'll see how to locate components by the room they reside in. We'll see how to create a room data schedule to include components within rooms. And we'll also see how to filter that schedule so that it only displays objects that are visible on a drawing sheet. A room data schedule can help with the planning and fit out of a building. Rather than just list all of the components within the entire building, a room data schedule will group them by the room that they are placed in, and this will help the contractor plan and check that everything is in the correct place. I have the exercise file, Room Data Schedule, open, and we're looking at the Floor 4 plan view, and here we can see that there's quite a lot of furniture located throughout the different rooms on this plan, and this is also repeated on the other levels within the building. First, to help us locate the furniture, we'll create a furniture schedule. So we'll go to the View ribbon tab, and from the Create panel, we'll click the Schedules drop down, and then we'll select Schedules and Quantities. So we'll search for the category of furniture at the top here, and then from the filtered list of categories here, we can see we've got furniture, so we'll select this and then click OK to go to the schedule properties. Now, from the list of available fields, I'll first choose the Family field, and then we'll click the Add to Schedule button here to send it across to the Scheduled Fields column. Next, we'll add the Type parameter and add that to the Scheduled Fields too. Now, looking above here, we'll change the Select Available Fields From, and we'll change it from Furniture to Room. Now, the available fields that we can see will relate to the room that the furniture is located in. So we'll choose the room name and add this to the scheduled fields. Then we'll get the room number and then also the room level. I'll now swap to the Sorting and Grouping tab. And first I'll sort by family and then by type. And under the family here, I'll check to create a header and group the schedule by family, and we'll also check for a blank line between the groups. So we'll click OK, and we can see that schedule has been created, and we have each individual item of furniture listed out. However, we can see that it's grouped by the family name as we wanted it to be, with the header here, and then organised by the type. And we have the room name, number, and also the level of that room listed here too. If I select on one of the rows of the schedule here, we can go to the Modify Schedules and Quantities ribbon tab. And from the Element panel here, we'll click Highlight in Model. And we can see that that will take us to a view of the model where we can see the item that we have got selected. And we have an option here that will allow us to search through multiple views if it's not immediately clear in this view. So I'll click Close because we can see it in the background. And we can see that we have that piece of furniture selected, and zooming out we can see where it's located within the plan. So I'll swap back to the furniture schedule, and I'll pick a different row this time, and again we'll click Highlight in Model from the ribbon tab. And once again it swaps back to the plan view, zoomed into that particular piece of furniture. We'll click Close again on this message, and we can see we have that chair selected with its properties here. And as we zoom out, we can see whereabouts it's located within the floor plan. So whilst that schedule lists out all of the furniture individually, we'll create a room data schedule that will schedule the rooms and the furniture within each room. So to do this, we'll go to the View ribbon tab, and from the Create panel, we'll click the Schedules drop down and then select the Schedules and Quantities. At the top here, we'll search for the category Room. Then we can select the room category, and now I'll change the name of the schedule to be Room Data Schedule, and then we'll click OK to go to the schedule properties. So from the list of available fields, I'll choose the number and then add this to the scheduled fields, and then we'll choose the name parameter and add this into the fields, and finally we'll add the level to be on the scheduled fields as well. Next I'll swap to the Sorting and Grouping tab, and we'll first sort by number and then by name. And we'll check to enable the header under the name field to create the group by room name. And we'll also check the box here to add a blank line between those groups. To add the furniture in, we'll go to the Embedded Schedule tab here. And first we'll check the box to enable an embedded schedule. And then from the list of categories, we'll scroll down and choose Furniture. Now we'll click the button here to access the embedded scheduled properties. We can see now this is going to give us another schedule within the room schedule here. So from the available fields, I'll first choose the count field and add this into the scheduled fields. And then we'll choose the family and add that one in. And finally, we'll grab the type parameter and add that to the scheduled fields. And I'll go to the Sorting and Grouping tab. And first we'll sort by family and then by type. And then we'll go down to the bottom of the box here and we'll uncheck the Itemize Every Instance option, which means that now we have them grouped by family and type, and the count will reflect the number of each family and type that are in the room. So we'll click OK to save the embedded schedule properties, and then we'll click OK again to finish creating that room data schedule. And we can see that it's created here, so for us to see it a little bit easier, I'll hold down the control key and roll the mouse wheel to zoom in. Now we can see the individual rooms, so for example we have office and it's number 306 and on floor 3. We can see that we've got 4 chair task arms and 4 desks of 60 by 30 inch. And as we keep scrolling down, we can see the different rooms, and if I get down to here, look, we have the open work area, which is on floor 4, and it's room number 404. We can see that that has 7 cabinets, 12 chairs, 3 credenzas, and 12 desks in there. So we can see we've got this room data schedule now where we can see each room and then the furniture that's located in that room. So looking across at the project browser, under the Sheets group in here, we can see that we have a sheet A101 meeting rooms. I'll double click to open this up. And looking at the sheet here, we can see we have a view placed on this. And it displays just 2 of the meeting rooms and also one of the open work areas on the 4th floor. And it would be good to place the room data schedule onto this sheet, showing the equipment that is in those rooms. So to do this, I'll go back to the project browser and we'll expand out the Schedules and Quantities group. And here we can see our room data schedule. So with it selected, we'll drag it out into the view. And we can see it's going to be a very long schedule at the moment, so I'll zoom out and we want to place it so that the top of the schedule is somewhere near the top of the view. And zooming in, we can see that we have the entire schedule, so we have all of the rooms throughout the entire building. And as I said before, really we'd just like the rooms that are visible on the sheet here. So to do this, we need to filter this room data schedule. So I'll go to the project browser and I'll click on the room data schedule here so that it's selected. And then looking at the properties palette, we can see that these are now the properties of the room data schedule. So we'll click the edit button next to the filter parameter here. And now we can see we're in the schedule properties on the filter tab. And at the bottom, we can see we have a checkbox here, which is filter by sheet. So we'll check this. And with this checked, it means the schedule will display only the objects that are visible on the sheet that the schedule is placed onto. So we'll click OK now. And straight away we can see that that schedule is reduced in size. And looking here, we can see just the meeting rooms on the 4th floor and the open work area that's visible on the sheet. As a result of using the filter by sheet option, we could place this schedule on multiple sheets, and it would only display the information that is visible on each individual sheet, and therefore save us having to create lots of separate schedules for use on separate sheets.